Hi everyone, it's been a really busy week at Grubhub HQ and thank you for your patience while we've been getting to grips with a new ordering system. There have been one or two issues because of the change of platform from MSN to Google, but we seem to have that all worked out now. It might just mean, however, that some of you got double your allocation because you made orders on both systems and we didn't pick up on that when we were just madly packing things up and getting it out to you. So if you've got twice the amount of work that you wanted, you can either return it to us with your next collection or hang on to it for next week and just push it forward into next week. Don't be thinking you've got to get it all done and back to us in 3 days. We have already had to do that and reallocate some work from one or two of you who've struggled with the 3-layer mask packs on your machines. It does take some hard work to get through all the layers of fabric in there, so it's fine if you can't do them on your machine. We do have one or two people who've got industrial machines and it'll whiz through them, and there's plenty more to do. The mask packs that are coming out, the filter masks, they're a lot more straightforward, as are the headband packs, and everybody's machine will be able to cope with those. So don't panic, just return them to us if you feel that you need to. If for any reason you decided that you might like to leave the group, some of us are going to be returning to work before we know it, or you might have family pressures that have changed, just let us know. We do have a full list of reserves who are desperate to do some sewing as well. Those are the people that you pipped to the post. So if you could just let us know in advance to say that you are thinking of leaving, it means that we can actually thank you properly for the contribution you've made and then swap somebody in and allocate them a buddy to help them get up to speed. There are a couple of things that I mentioned on the last bulletin that need a little clarification. The drop-off and collection bags, for example, we now know that at least half of you received your fabric to make yourselves a couple of bags earlier in the week. And those of you that had an extra, one or two of you have also been amazing and made spare bags which have come back to us and can go out to somebody else. Here's one that Liz made earlier. You need them for two reasons. Firstly, trying to avoid plastic and everything coming back in plastic bags, and also to retire the brown paper bags. Excuse me. They are definitely only one-trick ponies, and we discovered that when it was wet earlier this week. They did not hold up to the task, especially when people were out. So the fabric bags will be great for that. If you didn't have fabric for it and you haven't got bags made by somebody else for you, then please just add it to your next order so that we can make sure we can catch up with anybody that's got missed. It's going to make everybody's life a little bit easier. And deputies, if you could keep an eye on your groups and make sure that everybody in your group has got their bags sorted, that would really, really help. It would be really great if we could all have our labelled up bags in operation next week. You're all going to get tags linked to them which have got name and address and contact numbers, so that it makes it really easy for the driver to get in touch with you when they're either on the way or if they're at your house and can't get anybody to respond and answer the door. There's just a point about safety with regards to the labelled up bags. Firstly, if possible, can you make sure that you're in for your delivery so that the exchange of your bag and the driver's bag is done smoothly. If for any reason you can't and you have to leave a collection outside, please don't leave your tag on it. Keep that in the house, and the driver will swap tags from their bag to your bag so that there's nothing left out on the front identifying you with your personal details. We'll be tightening up on some of the deliveries in the coming weeks. There was a lot to and fro this week because we had things missing, like the elastic, which we were waiting for desperately, and it's meant that some of you have had 2 or even 3 visits this week to make sure that you've got things that were missing, or as I said earlier, you've had double the orders going through. We'll be tightening that up, and we probably will hope to zone areas so that we will be allocating our driver to an area, and you should get to know them reasonably well. They are, as I said, DBS checked. And just remember to book your collection slots as soon as you've got stuff ready for us to pick up and bring back to the distribution centre. Debbie from the Maskers group reminded me of one of the things that I'd forgotten to talk about in the last bulletin. She was asking about the compliment slip and if you print them off. If you do want to put the information that you've made the masks or the bags in with them so that the recipient knows where they've come from, then you can find a copy of the compliment slip in the files on the group page. you'll find that in the left hand column, you know, the menu on the left. I think if you're using a phone or a tablet, it's a bar running across the top. I'm not exactly sure, but you should be able to find them there. You can print them off. You get 4 to a sheet. It's really good because it's got a tick box for you to tick what's in the package, and the number, which 99 times out of 100 is going to be numbers 15. You can say that you're the one that's created them, made them, and also you can make a little note, write a little note to the recipient if you want to at the bottom. That's where they are, and that's how you use them. They go in with your shipment coming back to us. A note about wash bags. Most of them are not going to be labelled. The labels came too late for that. We got cracking with them last week, and most of them have been in production now for a little while. So the labels unfortunately came too late for that. But if people are getting scrubs, they're going to have labels in, and after all, they are scrubs wash bags, so there will be a label going to each individual who's getting those. When you pack them up ready for collection, it would be really helpful if you could split them up into 5. Grab 4, put them in the 5th bag, and then drop them into your collection bag. So if you've got 10 or 20, you should have 2 for 20, 4 of these for 10 in your collection bag, and then they're sort of divided up ready for us to hand out locally. And don't forget, of course, to put your compliment slip in there. And then I would just like to give you a bit of a roundup of some of the statistics of what's going on with the group. So wash bags, which really have been going down a storm, we have sent out from HQ 43 packs of these, which means somewhere along the line we have 430 in various stages of completion. We've actually received 80 back at HQ, and some of them have already been distributed within the community. So we sent a batch down to Ribblesdale Daycare Centre, and a few individuals have had them, and hopefully next week some will be going up to Clitheroe Hospital, to Abbeyfield at Lowmoor and Manor House, which is great. Everybody's doing a really great job with the masks. We've obviously got mainly the maskers group working on that, but some of the scrubbers are helping out too. Ribble Valley Scrubber HQ has created packs amounting to 2,645 masks so far. We've got 1,100 of those out with you in the sewing community in various stages of creation. We've got 1,500 plus ready to deploy. Those are going to be the new design filter masks, video to follow shortly. Some of them have already been returned and sent out, allocated into the community. So we had about 60 donated to Magdalene House in Blackburn, Hazel Dean at Wiltshire, they've had a delivery of 30. Ribblesdale Daycare Centre, they've had a complement of 15, and both of the Abbeyfields in Clitheroe have been recipients of masks from us, about 25 each, and more to follow. So we're doing really well on that front. Scrubs, just an update on scrubs. We have 4 sets already gifted. There are 6 tops, which were a special order for Abbeyfield Lowmoor. They're ready to go out next week. We've got a full complement of 6 ready to collect from a COVID rehab ward in Southport, who are taking patients from all over Lancashire. And we've got 24 sets on order for Ribblesdale Daycare Centre and Magdalene House again in Blackburn. And we've given to 1 or 2 individuals. Some just had fabric to make their own, and there are others that are just waiting on their deliveries with their items complete. In terms of WhatsApp messages, I'm not actually sure that numbers go high enough to record the amount of messages that have been pinging backwards and forwards this week. It's great that we're all chatting, but on the other side of that, I think somebody suggested, and it wasn't me, somebody suggested that maybe we have a quiet Sunday and try and keep it all on the lowdown so that we can all have a bit of peace and just get on and refresh and regroup, ready for a next roaring week ahead. Finally then, just a note on donations. We're doing really well there. We've had 68 donors on the GoFundMe appeal, and the total when I last looked was £2,242, which has meant that we could get all these lovely resources so that we can all work hard to help those in need in our community. The last note obviously is going to go to Elastic. At the minute we are up to 1,590 metres deployed. I mean, wow, there's not much more to say about that. And I'm going to finish it off there, but just to say, coming from me next, we'll have the filter pocket mask video, and then we will be deploying headband kits early next week, probably from Tuesday or Wednesday. If you do want me to do a headband video, you really can let me know by voting on the group page. I put up a post about that earlier today, so I've no idea how that's going, because actually I've just been asleep on the sofa, to be honest. But anyway, if you do want me to do a video, just let me know. If we get more for no and you're happy with the one that's on there, that's great. If you want me to do another one, then I will. Right, I'm going to sign off there, and I will speak to you all soon. Thanks for all the hard work. You're all doing sterling work there. Fabulous job. Keep it up.